She was persecuted during the Christian persecutions. She was beheaded on her father's orders. Today's curiosity is about Saint Quiteria. Here are 11 curiosities about her. 11. Miraculous Birth. Saint Quiteria was born in the early 2nd century in the city of Braga, which at the time was part of the Roman Empire. Her mother, Calpurnia Lucia, experienced an extraordinary and miraculous event that has been marked in Christian tradition. After many years of marriage to Lucius Caius Atilius Severus, a local ruler, Calpurnia was graced with the birth of 9 daughters all at once. This multiple birth was considered a true miracle by the Christians of the time. The difficulty in conceiving and the miracle of having 9 daughters born at once were seen as divine signs. Beyond the prodigious aspect, the story highlights the beauty and spiritual significance of the lives of these girls. Each of them was chosen to play a special role in Christian history, and the divine intervention in the birth of Saint Quiteria and her sisters was interpreted as a manifestation of God's will and protection. The event of Saint Quiteria's birth is celebrated for its importance in the context of Christian life and devotion to the saint. The way she and her sisters were saved from a tragic fate and educated in the Christian faith reinforces the belief in divine intervention and miracles as central elements in the story of Saint Quiteria. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to not miss any curiosities about the saints. 10. Death Plan. Lucius Caius Atilius Severus, Saint Quiteria's father, faced a complex and dangerous situation after the miraculous birth of his 9 daughters. Fearing suspicions of infidelity on the part of his wife, Calpurnia Lucia, with Emperor Hadrian, Severus devised a cruel plan. He decided that the girls should be killed to protect the family's honor and avoid any scandal that might arise from having so many daughters. To execute this plan, Severus ordered that the children be drowned in a nearby river. This brutal act was decided at a time when the father was absent, accompanying the emperor on his travels across the Iberian Peninsula. However, a young Christian maid, who had witnessed the birth, played a crucial role in saving the girls' lives. Knowing the wicked plan, the maid, moved by her faith and compassion, decided to take heroic action. She not only ensured that the girls were not delivered to their fatal destiny but also took decisive action to save them. The maid took the children out of the house, thwarting Severus's plan. Additionally, she managed to seek help from the Archbishop of Braga, who, touched by the situation, administered the sacrament of baptism to the girls and entrusted them to Christian families to be cared for and educated in the Christian faith. 9. Baptism and Names. After being saved from their father's deadly plan, the 9 daughters were taken to the Archbishop of Braga to receive the sacrament of baptism. This gesture not only ensured the girls' spiritual protection but also marked the beginning of a new phase in their lives. The Archbishop, moved by the gravity of the situation and the faith demonstrated by the maid who had helped save the girls, performed the baptism with great devotion. During the baptism, the girls received carefully chosen names, each reflecting virtues and meanings that would accompany their future lives. Among the names given were Quiteria, which would become the most known, and revered, representing purity and Christian dedication. Germana symbolized the sisterhood and solidarity that united the girls in their spiritual journey. Liberata, in turn, evoked the idea of freedom and salvation, representing the liberation of the girls from the tragic fate that had been reserved for them. In addition to these, the names Vittoria, Marinia, Ginebra, and Marciana were chosen, each with its own special meaning. Vittoria alluded to victory and spiritual triumphs, reflecting the victory over adversities and the strengthening of faith. Marinia evoked protection and serenity, possibly symbolizing the safety and spiritual tranquility of the young women. Ginebra, with connotations of purity and integrity, highlighted the intention to create a life dedicated to Christianity. Marciana, finally, carried the sense of dignity and virtue, emphasizing the importance of morality and devotion. These names not only identified the girls but also represented the desire to shape their lives according to Christian principles, marking the beginning of a journey dedicated to faith and virtue. The baptism and names chosen by the Archbishop of Braga were, therefore, acts of consecration that shaped the identity and spiritual destiny of these young women, preparing them for a life of devotion and service. Leave your prayer requests in the comments so that Saint Quiteria can intercede for them before God. 8. Community life. After being saved from the tragic fate that her father had planned for them and receiving proper Christian education, the sisters made a significant and transformative decision for their lives. Choosing to fully dedicate themselves to spiritual life and the practice of virtues, they decided to live together in a convent. This step not only represented a personal choice but also a collective commitment to faith and religious life. The convent became the setting where the sisters could cultivate and deepen their spirituality. Living in community, they found in sharing their daily lives a means to strengthen their union and promote a supportive environment. The convent's activities included prayers, meditations, and the practice of Christian virtues such as humility, charity, and patience. Community life allowed the sisters to fully dedicate themselves to Christian ideals, away from the distractions and concerns of the external world. They devoted themselves to the service of God and others, focusing on caring for the needy and teaching the faith, according to the principles they had learned since baptism. The convent became a space for spiritual growth and moral formation, where the sisters supported each other in their journey of devotion. 7. Persecution. During the persecution of Christians promoted by Emperor Hadrian, the lives of Saint Quiteria's sisters were marked by extreme trial. With the imperial order aimed at suppressing the Christian faith, they found themselves at the center of a storm of hostility and threat. The governor, who was also their father, Lucius Caius Atilius Severus, became responsible for judging and punishing Christians. This confrontation brought a painful dilemma for the family, with the father playing a direct role in the persecution of his own daughters. Saint Quiteria and her sisters, despite the fear and overwhelming pressure, demonstrated admirable courage and unwavering firmness in their Christian faith. When brought before the governor, they did not flinch in the face of possible torture or death. Instead, they stood firm in their principles, defending their beliefs with bravery that defied the severity of the circumstances. Their courage not only reflected a deep spiritual conviction but also served as a testament to the strength of Christian faith in the face of adversity. Their attitudes and words were an example of perseverance and commitment to the values they professed. Even under the pressure of being judged and possibly condemned by someone they loved, they did not yield. The steadfastness of Saint Quiteria and her sisters in the face of persecution became a symbol of resistance and devotion, highlighting the ability to maintain faith intact even in the darkest moments. 6. Escape and imprisonment. Saint Quiteria, after demonstrating admirable courage during the Christian persecution, faced critical moments in her faith journey. When she was captured and taken to prison, she did not allow herself to be disheartened. Showing unwavering determination, she managed to escape detention and sought refuge on a nearby mountain, looking for a safe place to protect herself from the authorities who were pursuing her. Despite her escape, capture was not long in coming. The relentless pursuit by the authorities led to her recapture, and Saint Quiteria was brought back before her father, who now took on the role of judge and executioner. The moral dilemma faced by her father, between his official position and his love for his daughters, culminated in an unforgiving sentence. Saint Quiteria was condemned to death by decapitation, a severe punishment reflecting the intensity of Christian persecution under Hadrian's rule. Even in the face of her imminent execution, Saint Quiteria maintained her faith and unshakable spirit. Her courage in facing martyrdom not only reinforced her commitment to Christian principles but also highlighted her unwavering devotion, even in the face of a cruel and unjust death. 5. Miracles after death. After her execution, Saint Quiteria became a figure of notable veneration and miracles. According to tradition, something truly extraordinary happened after her death. Even though she was beheaded, Saint Quiteria performed a remarkable miracle by walking with her own head to the place where she would be buried. This supernatural event not only impressed witnesses but also solidified her sanctity and recognition of her martyrdom. The impact of the miracle did not stop there. The soldiers responsible for her execution and the noble Germano, who was also involved in the execution, were supposedly affected by divine punishment. Tradition says that as a result of their participation in Saint Quiteria's execution, these individuals were struck blind, a punishment that served to emphasize the martyr's sanctity and divine justice. These miraculous events were widely recorded and became part of the veneration of Saint Quiteria, underscoring her position as a powerful martyr and a symbol of unwavering faith. 4. Intercession against rabies. Saint Quiteria is widely recognized as a powerful intercessor in the healing of diseases, especially in the treatment of rabies, a condition historically feared due to its severity and lack of effective treatments. In the 7th century, her name began to be associated with miraculous cures related to this disease, consolidating her reputation as a protector against rabies. Christian tradition recounts several cases in which invoking Saint Quiteria brought relief and healing to those afflicted by the disease. She became considered a special advocate in cases of rabies, and many faithful began to seek her intercession to overcome the complications associated with this illness. Saint Quiteria's connection with rabies healing is a testament to the lasting impact her miracles had on popular devotion practices. Her intercession is often invoked not only to cure rabies but also to protect against diseases and similar evils, reflecting the continued belief in her ability to influence the health and well-being of the faithful. Devotion to Saint Quiteria as a healer of diseases also highlights the importance of her life and legacy in Christian tradition, demonstrating how saints are often associated with specific miracles and cures over the centuries. 3. Escape from prison. The legend of Saint Quiteria includes a notable episode that highlights divine intervention in her life. According to tradition, while in prison, Saint Quiteria received a ring from the Virgin Mary, which became a powerful symbol of her virginity and protection. This ring not only ensured her spiritual purity but also provided special protection against rabies, a feared and devastating disease at the time. The Virgin Mary, in her mercy, is also said to have helped Saint Quiteria escape from prison. The legend recounts that Mary intervened directly, guiding the young martyr and providing her with a miraculous escape from her adverse conditions. This act of divine assistance not only saved Saint Quiteria from her immediate circumstances but also emphasized her status as a special protégé of Mary and a figure of faith and purity. 2. Cultural influence. Saint Quiteria is a figure of significant cultural influence, especially in various regions of Spain, France, and Portugal. Her veneration transcends borders, reflecting her lasting impact and the deep devotion she evokes among the faithful. In her iconography, Saint Quiteria is often depicted with a palm, a traditional symbol of martyrdom. The palm, associated with suffering and sacrifice, highlights the courage and unwavering faith of the saint in the face of adversity. This image is a testament to her dedication to the Christian faith and her role as a martyr. Additionally, Saint Quiteria's garments often display the colors red and green. These colors are not only symbolic of her virtue and suffering but also reference the flag of Portugal. This association is not merely coincidental but reflects the deep cultural bond the saint has with the Portuguese nation, where her veneration is particularly strong. 1. Liturgical Feast. The Liturgical Feast of Saint Quiteria is celebrated on May 22. This date is dedicated to the memory of the saint, highlighting her life of faith, her martyrdom, and the miracles attributed to her. The celebration is an important moment for the devotees, especially in regions where Saint Quiteria is particularly venerated, such as in Spain, France, and Portugal. During these celebrations, the faithful often participate in masses, processions, and community events that honor the life and witness of the saint. We've reached the end of another story full of curiosities. Don't forget to leave in the comments which saint's curiosities you'd like to see here on the channel. And until the next story.